All right, we back.
All right, we're back. We back. We
We
back.
back.
We
So,
back like we never left.
I mean, the show was ghetto. We ghetto sometimes. Shit happens.
Well, at least we ain't slapped nobody.
We
Well,
ain't talking about it. So let's just go on and get into the meat and the potatoes of the situation. We was trying to do the fashions first, but I think I had too much going on. So I tried to take some stuff down. But let's get into the meat and the potatoes of why we are here. We're talking about this. If I don't know if you've been under a rock, but everybody's been talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith and Jada Pickett Smith. Now, with this being said, what was your first reaction when you saw Will Smith get on stage and slap Chris Rock?
when I saw him walking up there, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke. I thought he got slapped. I thought it was like staged until he went back to his seat. When he went back to his seat and sat down, it was like and even the way he was saying it was kind of fake to me. I'm like, was it real? I gotta watch this again.
Well, he's not used to being hard, so but anyway.
Yeah, so it was like, it was like,
let me go back.
See, I thought it was fake. See how he walked away like real, like George Jefferson.
A lot of people thought it was fake.
Because he did, a George Jefferson walk away, like, I'm moving on up. He did one of those walkaways. I was like, it got to be fake. Until he was sitting in the audience and his facial expression, I was like, ooh.
And poor Lupita, she was just
her face. That's what really.
This was her face after he won the Oscar. She was over it. but if we go back to where he was slapping, Lupita was looking.
Yeah, her face solidified that it was real. She was like, ooh, what just happened? Like, that was not in the script.
I thought it could have been a joke, but when Will started screaming from the audience, and I know when somebody about to fight.
It was a GI danger.
Lupita face was killing me. She's not used to this type of ghetto.
It was the I will, okay? That was it for me.
But okay, so there's so many layers to this situation with Will.
Because I was like, this caused me. I needed a drink for this. I have to I gotta get to me a little sippy sip. What you sipping on?
I just put some tequila and some Coke. I don't have time. I just had what I had.
My little sweet bitch. Gotta get
a drink.
Bitch. I can't even open it, so I'm pulling it out.
But while you're making yourself a drink, I just want.
I may not be able to make nothing. I may have to come up. No, actually, no. I just had an ice bucket a little bit, but I don't know. I think I lost my strength since I lost weight.
You put it under some hot water.
Oh no, this is not going to work.
Put it under some hot water. But what I don't like is that it's become. Will didn't think about how what he did is going to affect other people, and I get it. You did it to defend your wife. You're trying to defend your wife, and I get it. You want to defend her, but there were ways that you could have did that.
Yeah,
you could have. You slapped him if you was gonna slap him backstage. Or you could have slapped him.
It wouldn't have hit the same. It wouldn't have hit the same. If he had did
it don't have to hit. It don't have to hit the same. You can still get your point across. But I think Will did get his point across. But it's going to cost him because now the Oscars is saying that they're looking into expelling him from all future shows and taking his Oscar.
I don't think they should take his Oscar back. I don't think that should happen. But I do think they should probably put some stipulation like, well, you can't attend the Oscars for the next 5 years, but like he can. Like at the end of the day, like he doesn't care. Like this man is a millionaire. Yeah, he's probably embarrassed. He probably, but like at the end of the day, really, like what are we all doing? And I hate that everyone is saying like, oh, well, he should have slapped August. Like
He should have
August,
stopped
yeah,
August.
August was there because he knew what was going on. This is what I'm saying.
No, but August was disrespectful. He stepped out of the agreement. Whatever agreement that they had, he stepped out of that and he started talking.
But they knew the consequences of that when feelings get involved. When people, this is why you can't play those type of games. But this is something that they allowed in their marriage. That's something that was between them. Like whatever was going on, obviously he was good with it. So it doesn't even matter if he shouldn't go smack August. It's about him, someone disrespecting his wife in his face right there. He didn't give Chris Rock permission to he gave August permission to bang out his wife, allegedly. But he did not give Chris Rock the permission to sit there and talk about him. But it's just a whole mess. It's like a rabbit hole because did Chris Rock even write the joke?
I don't know. I think he did write the joke simply because he has been going against Jada and Will in the past, and he's made comments in the past, and has Jada has been an activist for quite some time. So this beef goes back to actually 1997, I want to say. This beef is continuing on, and it's just not a good look. And I don't like how it's become like a black issue.
Yeah, it is. It has become a lot of issues. It's become a black issue. It's become a protect women issue. It's become why black men always worried about black women hair issue. Like it's a lot of issues because I would like to know why are black men, to me, my personal opinion, they are so wrapped up on gay men and women hair. Why? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are you so concerned? And y'all, and like they put the memes out. Oh, the clown. How do you call a men a clown when y'all got the wig and makeup on and all this stuff? And to be the black men, this hair issue, especially for black women, goes way, way back. It's a very deep-rooted issue, whether you're natural, whether you wear wigs, whether you wear weaves, whatever. This is, it's been a big issue for women of color, period. And sometimes
I think other people are making it bigger than what it is. What it is Chris Rock is a comedian doing his job. He is doing his job, point blank, period. Did he make a distasteful joke? It's possible if he knew that she had alopecia, but I'm going to let you break it to y'all. Everybody didn't know that she had alopecia, even though she said it on Red Table Talk or whatever show that she's on. Not everybody follows her closely like that.
Right. I didn't know. I really did pay. I heard it because in passing, because, I look at the internet a lot. But I wouldn't think that she had alopecia. I thought she just cut it for a style anyway because it looks good on her. But that's not the issue. I think they have a deep-seated something that goes back in history with them. So probably him saying something because it was him triggered Will. And Will probably looked at Jada's face because at the end of the day, Will was laughing.
Will was laughing at first.
He said the joke. Will snickered and giggled. He said, he. Jada was like rolled her eyes like, Will, get him. Will looked up at her. He probably saw, who knows, he could have saw his mother in her eye because, it has a history of abuse. His mother, I think I read in the book that his mother was being abused by his father. He said he could never protect her, that he always wanted to protect her. He probably looked over at Jada like, Mama.
I don't think it has anything to do with the father.
And then he ran up there, was like, finally, I'm just enraged. He probably just lost it.
He's a grown man. He's 52 years old who should be able to control his emotions. Point blank, period. And I don't like how this has become, if you're not black enough, if you disagree with what he did, or you're one of those type of black people if you disagree. Zoe Kravitz, Wanda Sykes, Denzel, other people did not approve. A lot of people did not approve. And you shouldn't approve.
I didn't approve of him strutting up on stage and smacking him. Did he deserve to get smacked like that from that joke? I don't think so. I think the punishment didn't fit the crime. Like
it didn't seem like it fit the crime because he didn't make an entanglement joke. I could see if he made an entanglement joke, I could kind of see you doing something then. But I know that this alopecia issue is something that Jada really cares about. You got it open?
Yeah.
So is that sparkling wine?
Yeah, it's sparkling. I'm gonna just make a little mimosa with some I got orange juice on the side, but I like a mango mimosa. So I take the sweet bitch and mix it with a little bit of some Goya mango juice. Did I shake this up? And so, it is delicious.
I wanted to show something of a clip of Chris Rock talking about Will and Jada from 2016. But he has been talking about her since 1997. But this clip is from 2016. They've been working with each other for a long time. So that's why it's also shocking that he did this.
Well, Spike got mad, and Jonathan got mad, and Jada went mad, and Will went mad. Everybody went mad. You know, it's quite like Jada got mad. Jada says she's not coming, protesting. I'm like, it's on a TV show. Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
So that's him talking about her activism as far as the Oscar So White, which brings up another thing on why this is not a good look. You was just protesting a few years ago, talking about the Oscars were so white. Now you at the Oscars, and then you're nominated, and you're slated to win the award, and then you act a fool.
Yeah, because this could go several different ways. Because like you said, they protested against the Oscars. Now that you're finally back at the Oscars, and they made the Oscars a little color, they gave a little color to the Oscars. Now you up there slapping people.
And then, but my thing is, y'all so worried about the Oscars, but y'all won't show it to the BET Awards. You know, y'all keep saying let's make our own awards. We already got our own awards.
Right.
We already got our own awards that some celebrities just don't go to.
But I guess I don't know. Is that even our own awards?
What do you mean?
Who owns BET right now? I think the same person that owns MTV owns BET.
BET, I don't know if BET is currently black owned.
I know it's not. It's not.
But it is a black award show.
You say they need to go down to TV One.
They have the Trumpet Awards. They need
to go down to TV One to the Trumpet Awards. Maybe Fox Soul can make an award show.
I mean, it's other awards that's been going on for years, and quite honestly, I find the BET Awards more entertaining than.
Yeah, but this is the whole thing. Like a lot of African American actors and actresses, they think that solidifies them getting an Oscar.
It does.
That's like the pinnacle of being an actress or actor. You won an Oscar. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's but it's a new way of thinking. I think that's coming in because a lot of the younger people are saying, forget the Oscars, let's get our own. So I think the Oscars is slowly.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant if you say that, because there have been black award shows that have been coming on for years.
As far as like dedicated straight to acting.
Yeah, well, not dedicated straight to acting, but dedicated to all black media.
Yeah, but they probably want something for acting. I'm saying if they get something of the upper echelon, maybe a black, like a Oscars is just an Oscar. The people made it big. Like, oh my God, to get an Oscar. They could do the same thing for something that's black owned, like a black award show.
Y'all wouldn't put the same energy. Y'all not gonna put the same energy towards that, and it's not gonna be the same.
But it's because we put more, as a whole society, we put more value in things of persuasion flavor than in our own.
Chris Rock does, and that's another thing that people are bringing up is the idea of we should be worried about what white people think, or why are you worried about what white people think? Or, he did what he did. And Chris Rock, if you watched his shows, even in the 90s, or if you watched his Everybody Hates Chris. There's a
I
character.
still do watch it.
It's like a racial undertone to the show.
Oh yeah, with Caruso.
With him and then with the teacher too. She was always making.
Oh yeah, that teacher was so funny when she asked her, "How many fathers do you have?" Like
yeah, like it's always like a racial undertone. So that's what people are saying. People also are saying that he was in character, the whole time, because he was just in a movie, King Richard, which he won the awards show for, and you got to put your all into it. So
that was months ago. That matter of fact, they filmed that movie wrapped years ago.
But they said he was probably like, people are coming up with so many excuses.
That's not I'm not. You can't depict anyone's mental state because you don't know. But I'm just saying that movie was wrapped a while ago. It came out kind of late because of the pandemic, but it was wrapped. Like you should have been over that. And like is Michael B. Jordan now he is still killmongering and I do think that character dissociation. He had that.
Yeah, I was about to say he admitted that he had to go to therapy to get in.
Put that out because once you're in character for so long, you become your character sometimes, and that was a dark character. But King Richard, what King Richard did, he was out there teaching the girls how to play tennis. Was King Richard out there slapping people?
I don't watch the movie, so I don't know if he slapped anybody in the movie.
So what are you talking about? He's still in character. Now, if he had came up there with a tennis racket and slapped him, then we could have said like, "Oh, he's still in character." But if you have a tennis racket in your hand, sir, sorry.
No, another thing that I wanted to bring up is I think it was good that Chris Rock did not fight back, even though
it was good.
Even though it was an L, it was an L. It was an L, but not really, because he's making money, he's selling tickets.
But he probably was scared because he probably was scared. Because even as a comedian, like when you're doing something and off the cuffs like that, they could have came back because it was people coming back with, they was like, I won't feel that slap until August. Like they would say about.
Yeah. But I mean, he was taken aback. You could clearly tell he was taken aback.
Yeah, he probably like, because
and nobody's worried about how Chris Rock feels at this point. Nobody asking, nobody's worried about it. But I think he handled it well. If he would have started fighting Will on stage, that would have been a whole mess. And
Chris Rock is about to get more money because people like
get paid.
His show is sold out right now.
And his ticket prices have gone up because there was $200 before the Oscars. Now they're $1,000 per ticket. What? And they're out. People are buying $1,000 tickets, because he's hot right now.
Right. They just want to see his cheek.
But that's my thing is it seems kind of planned too, because now it's so convenient that you're going on tour immediately after getting slapped. So some people are like, he's going on tour this weekend, like he's ready to go on tour.
Is he gonna call this Slap a Wigga tour?
It's Slapgate. It's Slapgate.
Slap Nation.
His tour
Phonics, it
also has a weird name that makes me feel like he probably playing this, but I don't know if he did or not. But it looked like he was taken aback from it. And I think that he handled it well. And I don't like how Will acted after the fact. Because from what I'm reading today, they're saying that the Oscars asked him to leave and he refused to leave, number one. So people asking.
It's that billionaire, millionaire privilege, too common privilege.
Nobody made him leave. So he stayed at the Oscars. He didn't apologize to Chris. He apologized to the Academy and everybody else, which he should have.
But I think, how can you I'm not apologizing. Even if I was wrong and I waltzed up on stage and slapped the taste out of your mouth, I'm not apologizing to you right then. Maybe a week later or maybe even a month later, I may think about it like, damn, I shouldn't have slapped Chris Rock like that.
But you crying. You crying getting your Oscar.
He was crying about the moment. I don't think he was crying about slapping.
No, I don't think he cares about slapping Chris Rock. I think he was pressured to apologize, so that's why his publicist put out the apology. He wasn't going to apologize if it was up to him. If his Oscar wasn't on the line.
No, I think after effect. I'm saying, but when he collected his award and his speech, and when he said, people always, and they're trying them, and they're supposed to take it and take it and take it, and sometimes you get fed up.
This is my thing with that. Will and Jada put all their business out there in the street. Both of them.
I think it was Jada. Jada started this shit.
Jada started this. And Will.
Well, actually, I don't even think Jada started it. August started this shit.
No, but both Will and Jada have been putting their business out there. I remember reading on the post that Will was saying that he had so much sex that he thought he was going to throw up.
But that was after the debacle, because at the end, I think August started this, because Jada and Will was real hush hush. Like, you heard rumors, but nobody was really talking. But when August came out with that Corinne song, and everybody was speculating it was Jada, and it was the back and forth and the voicemails and all this stuff, August was tired. He was like, I'm tired of being the side nigga. I'm tired of being the side husband. I'm blowing it up. After he blew it up, she probably felt the opportunity to be like, oh, I'm not the only hoe in America. I'm gonna tell my business. And she started talking. So that made it more inquisitive to Will. So now people are questioning your man. Like, well, what kind of man is he? Because he's still with you. You know how people are with that manhood thing, and it's a lot of black men too. Like, you're not a man if you let your wife cheat on you, you're still with her. And the man that she cheated on with is still walking around. So that's pressure to him, make him probably feel like, oh, well, I had so much sex till I vomited. I get it in.
But yeah, Will, that was just one of the things that Will was saying. But the comment that Chris Rock made, it did not have nothing to do with her sexuality. However, she's been clowned recently because of it, and I think that's what's been eating at Will, is that he's been the butt of the joke. Now, after you did this, you really gonna be the butt of the joke, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think it was like, because the look that she, like, it's just a real sad situation, because you don't know what that lady goes through in her house, because having alopecia and losing your hair and not being able to grow hair, yeah, it's cool. Like, it looks good on you, but you can't grow hair. Like, even if you wanted to, you can't. So that's a lot of stress. So who knows if she's not in the house crying and Will passing around the West Wing, like, in her face, because like I said, he did laugh at the joke. But when he looked over her face, because her face was like.
But if she wanted to get a wig, she could. I mean, I don't.
No, but it's a difference. Like, it's a difference, because I got hair underneath my wig. Like, I could take my wig off and my hair drops. Mm-hmm. So I could grow hair. That's not. I just like to change my hair a lot. I like different styles. So, but imagine not being able to grow your hair.
But that don't give you the right to slap nobody.
No, it doesn't give you the right to slap anybody. But I think he probably looked at his wife's face. Like I said, who knows what this lady goes through in the house? Because you're going to show a brave face to the world. Like, I'm okay. I'm a alopecia survivor. You know what I'm saying? I am a strong black woman. I'm a strong, bold black woman. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you go home, you're like, ask me my
wig.
But
if you're going to say that you're strong, then you need to be strong. And then,
see, but behind closed doors, she could be in the bedroom crying. We don't know if she crying over her hair or August. And he over there, he probably watching her like, she crying over this nigga or her hair. So when she gave, the face, he be like, oh, she been crying over her hair all that time. She's depressed. Let me go slap this fool. And I think that's what happened.
Something happened in between those 5 seconds where the camera was not on Jada. She did something to make him.
No, because she was like, Tupac wouldn't have.
Tupac would have did something.
Like, he wouldn't have said nothing. She probably was giving him the look. Like, at the end of the day, when you have a relationship with somebody, you could give them looks, and they know what time it is. Like, she probably was giving him the look, like, because Lupita was in the back, like.
Also, people are saying that as a wife, if your husband is about to do something stupid, you are supposed to stop your husband from acting a fool in public and embarrassing the family.
Right.
She egged it on.
She did, and then
she egged that on. I think she egged it on personally.
I think she this is just a weird, because it's like Will Smith. Like, you're not real. Like, Will.
I mean, if I don't think Chris Rock I don't know if he knew that she had alopecia, even though Jada already said it. No, I wasn't paying attention to her to know that. I
don't even think it was about the alopecia. I think they have a long-standing little beef. Something was brewing between them, and he said something. She gave her husband a look. He was like, "Damn, here we go again." I got to do something. He probably just reacted, got up like, I could slap Chris, because I bet if it was Seinfeld up there saying those same jokes, he wouldn't have walked up there and slapped him.
He wouldn't have slapped Seinfeld. He wouldn't have slapped any other white comedian. I really don't believe that. I
don't think he would have slapped him. I don't think he would have slapped D-Ray. I don't think he would have slapped.
I don't think he would have slapped Mike Tyson. I don't think he would have slapped. He knew a lot of times who you can get away, who you can get away with doing stuff with. And I felt like he knew that Chris Rock was about his bag, and he was not about to mess up his bag.
It was the way they was partying at the after party for me.
Will was partying extra hard because
he was partying hard. He was rapping. Even he had a little different cadence in his voice. He was rapping hard. Like, I was like,
he had to prove.
But I did look at him a little different. Like, I did look at him like, Will.
I get that too, because there is something to be said about defending your wife and not caring what people think. That's admirable. So I get that portion of it, but it was still wrong.
Yeah, it was wrong.
If they expel him, I wouldn't be mad. I'm not going to protest. I'm not going to go down and cause a scene.
Go down to the Oscar people and be like, let Will back in.
I'm not going to boycott. If they decide that they don't want him to come back for the next 5 years or forever, that's the decision he made, because nobody, the Oscars have been on for I don't know how many years, and nobody has ever gone on stage and slapped another person on stage. It was just uncalled for, and it was a bad look.
Yeah, because this could be a lot of things. This could be misplaced anger because of what they've been saying about him. Like, it has to be, terrible to hear that you're a punk every day. Like, every day. And as soon as Jada came out and she confirmed this entanglement by calling it an entanglement, like, she made people pull out their dictionaries. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because I heard that word back in the day about the entanglements. But, so every day you're being called a sucker, a punk, how you let your wife do this or whatever. Like, and people need to stay out of people's marriages. If that floats for them, that's what they do in their personal life. But you're not going to disrespect Jada in public. That's
Will
what you're
and
not
Jada
doing.
Can't say stay out of our marriage when you put your marriage out there for people to judge.
August put it out there. She just had to August snitch.
But she didn't have to go on Red Table Talk and tell everything, and nor did Will have to do
it. Her coochie is a healer, all right? She heals the men through her coochie, okay?
I think they're all full of it. I think that it's a lot of ego involved. I think they're all wrong. All of them.
Florida water in her coochie, okay?
All of them are wrong. And then we have Aunt Viv, who want to add a comment.
Was she defending him?
She was beefing with Will for years.
I know, but was she defending him?
He finally acknowledged her on like a reunion Fresh Prince special, and now she all for Will, but she was just dogging him out for years. Like, I'm going to say 15 years. She was dogging him out.
Yeah, she was. She was going in on him hard.
And she was going in on Will. But now all of a sudden, that's your favorite person.
She going to defend him.
It's a great thing. It's your girl, Janet Hubert. I just want to say very quickly this. Sometimes you need to stop coming with people on the Instagram page, on the Twitter page, and wherever, talking this kind of smack you want to talk and thinking we ain't going to smack back. Sometimes you get smacked back. And Will Smith is a grown-ass man, and I am a grown-ass, old-ass woman. And he ain't going to tell me what to say. I ain't kissing nobody's ass, but I will kick it. So some of y'all need to understand, sometimes you go too far. And just like Will said, we bleed, we hurt from some of the things you say, and you think we're supposed to take it. No, we are not. Now, there have been quite a few people that I wanted to smack, but I didn't, because if I probably could have, I would if I could have. And let's see, Wendy, Kevin, Frazier, Michael Yo, Cameron Hall, quite a few. But I chose to do it verbally. So some of y'all need to stay in your lane and stop telling us what to do. Peace.
Mace, what do you think about what Aunt Viv was saying?
I actually think, I think what she was saying was right, but it's just weird coming from her.
I just feel like the forgiveness that she has for Will right now is convenient because he signed a check for her.
So you saying basically he paid her and she needs a job right now.
He paid her obviously to do that special, and she does need the work. She was talking about him for
because she was going in on Will for years.
For years. She did not like him. And I met somebody today who said that they met Will in person and that he's really actually rude in person, especially like if you go to try to get a picture, you forget about it. He's one of those type of celebrities. So you can forget, a lot of times you have this nice persona, but it's a public persona. It's not who you really are.
Right. This is what I'm saying. That's why I said people do not know these celebrities. Like people think they know them because they see them on TV. You don't know these people. These people could be mass murderers.
And doing all types of stuff behind the scenes.
Speaking of mass murderers, I'm waiting for Marilyn Manson to go to jail. I just watched his documentary with the girls.
I can't tell you anything about Marilyn Manson. I always thought that he was kind of weird, especially when he did he get a boob job or something?
I don't know, but I always thought he was a devil worshiper. I just like to sing for beautiful people because I like the beat that he used. So that was like a song I like. But I always thought he was like kind of strange. But the things that these girls said, he done topped R. Kelly. He needs to go in the cell underneath R. Kelly.
What do you think about people like Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes saying that they're traumatized?
Oh, please.
By this attack, and I'm gonna explain, but go ahead. What you?
Wanda Sykes, I've been traumatized by her hair for years. So her hair has been traumatizing me for years. Amy Schumer, go sat down. Mm-hmm. Sat down, girl. Bye, girl.
I think what they're saying as comedians, it's like we're in a place right now where you can't really say what you want to say. You can, it's just like everything's censored. You can't be too rude. You can't be too harsh. You gotta say all the right things at all the right times. So people are wondering how this is gonna affect comedy in the future because back in the day they used to roast, especially if you were sitting in the front row or the first couple of rows and you was looking busted or you just walked in late. They will roast you. And people didn't run on stage and slap the person.
This is bigger than comedians and running on stage and slapping comedians and stuff like that.
It's bigger than that.
I think this is more of a personal issue because, like I said, I think he looked at his wife's face and she probably you already know the issue between me and this man, and he's sitting here saying this.
But you made your personal issue a whole national issue and a black issue and a women's rights issue and a black hair issue.
Because everybody going to come to the
safety issue.
People going to come with all types of narratives. They're going to come with, oh my God, he was protecting black women. He went up there and was protecting his wife by
I opened the doors of the church, so if anybody want to come share their opinion, you're more than welcome to come. It's unfortunate also because once again, like I said, we had this is the first time that they had a black producer.
Right, and Beyonce was out. How you gonna do this when Beyonce was out?
And Beyonce was out and she never come out.
She came out and she brought the kids.
She was dressed, she had the kids with her.
Yes.
Y'all gonna cut the food in front of Beyonce?
Not while my cousin was out there, because I know that's my cousin. Beyonce.
Speaking of Beyonce, and then this slap has overshadowed everything. What people were wearing, who got awarded, who. Beyonce had an amazing performance.
Right.
And
the way Blue Ivy was down there.
I've never seen Beyonce get overshadowed before. I personally haven't. But this has really overshadowed her performance. But I wanted to get into that for a little while and not just focus solely on the slap.
Because Beyonce's ready to go.
We can debate that all day.
She was ready to leave.
She been ready to go.
She said, Jay.
I'm not gonna play the song.
Jay, let's go.
But what do you think? Did you watch the performance?
Yeah, I did see the performance. I thought the performance was awesome. She always does a grandiose thing. Beyonce could do no wrong in my eyes anyway.
It looked kind of like Formation 2 to me. I really like the styling of everybody. If you notice, everybody has their own individual. Whatever you brought to the show had their own individual style. The singers had their style. The pianist had a style. The violinists had their separate sunglasses. It was very Afro chic.
Yes.
I loved the even tone. Everybody got the same tone. Everything is the same color. It was very...
Well, you know, Beyonce does not have step. When she comes, she gonna come correct. And the point where she came out, Will, why when Beyonce...
Will should have just, let that ride until the after party, because it was a positive evening. It was a well-produced show. And regardless,
just look at her. She is gorgeous.
And regardless of, the negativity that happened, she sounded great. She looked great. The dancers were wonderful. Blue Ivy went out there and did what she had to do.
Right, because I didn't even, like you said, I didn't know it was Blue Ivy at the first. I'm like, oh, look at Beyonce hiring little people.
I didn't know Blue Ivy was out there at first. So that means that she did a good job of blending in with the rest of the.
Yeah, she's like, I am a performer.
She is a performer. I feel like Blue Ivy is gonna be like one of our new artists that's gonna take us by storm, because her mama trained her early.
Yeah.
So she gonna come out. But I feel like it was unfortunate that the negativity of the night overshadowed this positive Black moment. It was a very Black. That's what I like about Beyonce. She's very Black in what she does.
Mm-hmm.
And she's unapologetic. And
she's very Creole.
Well, yeah, she Creole, but she's always representing for the Black people.
Mm-hmm. Beyonce is the mother witch. Shh, don't tell nobody.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
We're gonna have to rewind that.
Oh, you were imitating what she was doing?
I said no, she is the high priestess. Beyonce is very high.
What do you mean by that?
That's for another show.
Well, she does command attention, and she's gonna
commands more than attention.
What? So what you trying to say?
I said Beyonce is a very spiritual person, and she's very high on spirituality.
What do you mean by that?
I said she's like, she has her own tribe.
She has a tribe?
I said, yeah, the queen, the bee tribe, the beehive.
Well, yeah, she has a following, but I thought you was trying to say something else. I think you are under the table. We're gonna talk about it. But we don't
allegedly.
We don't want to put no allegations out there.
Allegedly.
But what I did notice about the way she looks, I feel like she looks younger here than I last saw her. She looks younger.
Yeah, but people can do that. Like, people don't understand when people start to age reversal. And she does, look at her face. Like, she looks very young.
She looks a lot younger than not saying that she was looking old at all.
No, but she does look rejuvenated, youthful, in the face.
Maybe the vegan thing is working or something. But she looks really good, and I really enjoyed it.
She got her Florida water, girl. That's what she got. She got her Florida water.
I guess she been drinking her Florida water, because she definitely...
So she just been sprinkling it around.
And the last thing that I want to talk about before we get into the memes, the so many different memes that came out, was Tiffany Haddish. So Tiffany Haddish was doing an interview on the red carpet, and the lady basically was like, so you did because she changed her outfit. So she was like, well, so did you do a costume change? And then
she calls her outfit a costume.
Yeah, she called it out, and I think that a lot of people didn't pick up on what she was doing. She was trying to demean her at the Oscars, because if Meryl Streep was there, you wouldn't ask her what costume she has on. You would ask her, what is she wearing? You would, even if it was ridiculous, they could come out there with toilet paper. Lady Gaga could come out there with plastic on, literally.
And then you know what that's the ensemble. When you get past a certain tax bracket, I have to put on my Karen Huger voice. When you get past a certain tax bracket, people, you do not wear regular clothes. You wear ensembles.
But not a costume. But
it's definitely not a costume. Like you said, this is what money look like. This is what fame look like.
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana.
Let me move it back to the beginning.
This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom. Thank you.
Time of death for me right now. You look gorgeous.
This is not an acting gig. This is my life. This is what fame look like. This is what success look like. This is what money look like. This is what it look like. It's what it look like.
Coming out called What It Looked Like Now.
That book's not coming no time soon, but I Curse You With Joy will be out in November.
Okay. A little costume change.
So what she was doing was acknowledging the little subtle racial nuances that we have to deal with in society, where people are trying to talk down to us.
Just trying.
It's like nice nasty.
It's like you wouldn't catch it. Like that she wasn't supposed to catch what she said. That's what it was, because someone else that probably wasn't as quick-witted as her probably would have carried on. Oh, I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. It is a costume. No, it's not a costume, ma'am.
People catch it, but they don't respond to it. And I think that's one thing too, that you don't always have to respond. Tiffany chose to respond. I don't think what Tiffany said was wrong.
No, I think she got her together real nice, a real classy base and funny. Like, girl, please, you tried that, and you know what this is, because this is what money look like.
And you notice that she came back and tried to make fun of her again and say, "Well, when is the What It Looked Like book coming out?" Because she tried to make fun of the way she was talking.
Yeah.
So it's like all these nuances and things to it, and that's the
I wonder, was this before or after the slap? This had to be before.
This was on the red carpet.
Okay, yeah, this is before the slap, because after the slap, that lady would not have been asking her that. Trust.
But this is part of what I'm saying is,
but she would have been next.
Black people have it hard as it is in Hollywood and in general, and it's harder for us to get the same recognition. So when you do certain things like, you know, there's not a lot of Black representation at the Oscars, obviously. So when you finally get a Black, you know, actor up there and they cut the fool, it's not a good look for all other actors. And I don't know if you saw, but Denzel was upset. Tyler Perry had to talk to him. I
hope he didn't talk to him in the Medea voice.
I don't know if he used the Medea voice or not. But
he better not have came over there like, well.
But you know what he said about his Medea voice.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you use it in the bedroom, sir. Probably went down to Will and was talking to him like Medea and told him that you was gonna bust his ass if he run up on stage again. Like, what did you say to him?
Nola said it should have been a wardrobe change. Yeah, she should have said.
Hey, Nola. Who's in the chat?
I think it's Nola.
And Princess?
I don't know if Princess still in here,
but
Nola is. But she said she should have said wardrobe change, and that's the facts. It should have been a wardrobe, because when you said costume, it make it seem like
you're a clown, like you're trying, like you playing, like she playing dress up.
Yeah. It's like you just,
like she said, this is my real life. I'm not playing dress up. I'm not digging in a costume thing, putting on this is my real life, and this is Dolce & Gabbana.
Mm-hmm. And she looked good in it. So I want to say kudos to her for that. Is there anything else that you wanted to add about the Oscars before we close out?
Nothing much. I think the Oscars was definitely overshadowed by the slap. Do I think Will should have ran down on the stage and slapped him?
Mm-hmm.
No. And in hindsight, it was wrong. But should he have defended his wife? Yes. I think he could have yelled from the seat the same way he yelled, "Keep my fucking name." I think he could have yelled from the seat, "Chris, like, don't make me wait for
He
you
could have
outside.
said the same thing that he said, but it was.
And he could have said something, and he could have even been a little harsher, but at least it would have been words.
Yeah, I mean, if you cussed him out from where you were sitting, I wouldn't have had nothing to say about that.
Right, and he could have told him like if he had told him, look, meet me outside. Say one more thing about my wife. We're about to meet outside. I think that would have sufficed. But him running down on the stage and being that it was this big moment, Will Packer producing the Oscars, it was a moment in Black history, and everything got overshadowed because people even forgot that Beyonce was there. Like
everything got overshadowed, and people jobs was in jeopardy. You know, people got in trouble because Will decided he gonna do what he wanted to do. The director,
I think because they said it was writers that wrote that joke, and that Will was in the rehearsals and he heard the joke.
I heard that too. I heard that Will heard the joke prior, and I am led to believe that only because he laughed at the joke.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was her expression that really sent him over the edge. And like I said, it's a difficult situation sometimes. Did he handle it right? No. Could he have handled it better? Yeah. But we need to give poor Will grace. Like, come on now. His wife was down there with that young boy getting her back broke. And August looked good too. Woo.
August looked like an alien to me.
August is cute.
He looks like an alien.
He looks like an alien.
His head is so big and his eyes is on the side of his head.
Before he came out crazy, before he came out doing like the weird stuff, August was cute. When he was singing a little whining, like but he was cute.
I can't tell you one August song.
I can't tell you the songs, but
I can't tell you, like, I haven't heard him on the radio. I haven't heard anything from August, but August is still trolling. And that's who you should have slapped if you was going to slap anybody.
I don't think he should have slapped August. August was there to do a service. August handled his service, and people need to stop bringing up August in this situation.
August stepped out of line in the contract. They had a contract. He stepped out of bounds. If you're going to be on the side, you should have stayed on the side.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
You're going to be the man. That's why you're on the side. It's because
they were spiritually married. They got married. They wrote their names in the sand. That meant something to him.
I don't know what it meant, but it's a lot that's coming out about the Oscars, and you got to know these jokes are written ahead of time.
Right. So I think Will should smack. Will shouldn't smack August. Will should go smack the writer who wrote that joke.
I think maybe Chris Rock helped with the joke, but I think that it could have been the writer who wrote it. We don't know who wrote the joke. The joke was written ahead of time. Right.
And then to write G.I. Jane, and even if I think he was trying to go light, because like he was like, that was a light one, or that was a nice one. That's what he said.
He could have went harder and went on the entanglement stuff.
Right, because like G.I. Jane was what the year that movie came out in?
It was I think it was the early 2000s or the 90s.
Right, like G.I. Jane, like, because I had to think back, G.I. Jane. Oh, yeah. Demi Moore. Right. Caesar. Okay. But that's what he was saying. Like, I had to really, like, think about, like, all right. But, it was messed up. But did you hear what Tiffany Haddish had to say about it?
About the slap?
Yeah, she said that she was kind of, she went up for him slapping him. She said, sometimes things have to be handled the way they need to be handled, and that to call somebody G.I. Jane is very derogatory because she remember in high school or whatever, or whenever she was in school, that people were calling people, women, girls, G.I. dykes, like people that was gay females, and the ones that was like probably more.
You just called dykes.
My bad. I'm sorry, not dykes. But the AG.
That just hit me. He just like
he said it, not me. I was just repeating. You skipped past dyke and said the G.I. Jane was offensive. She said it was offensive, and that they said it to them. That's what she
caught
said.
that. I was like, so G.I. Jane is more offensive than dyke.
Not gay women. Women, AG women, the women that prefer to dress more on the male spectrum. She said they would call people, but that was her words, not mine. I'm repeating what she said. And she would say, she said they were saying that as to use it as the word, against like saying like, oh, you're dykey, or
but
your
we're not in that era.
Yeah, but she's saying that that's the reason why, you know, she was just like, you know, that G.I. Jane was offensive. Like she thinks.
But that joke wasn't even that funny to me.
It wasn't, because I had to remember who G.I. Jane was. Like G.I. Jane
is not funny to me. He's not funny to me. So you could have easily blew that off, in my opinion. He's not that funny at all. So that joke could have been brushed over, and you could have addressed that later. Everybody has their opinion. Some people are split. Whenever there's somebody whenever violence happens, there's gonna be some people who are okay with it. Just like with the Monique and Candace thing, some people was okay with her getting beat, and some people was not okay with her getting beat.
No, I was okay with her getting beat because she asked to get beat.
Well, she asked to get beat.
Yes, I'm saying ask and you shall receive. You said, drag. What you gonna do? Drag me?
Rock didn't ask me. All he said was a joke. He's a comedian.
I don't think, like I said, I don't think the crime didn't fit the punishment. And he did go back on that slap. He went back here and brought it here.
And it was a full 180.
But he's making slapping fashionable again.
I don't know if it's fashionable because
people will be outside slapping people.
People are also dogging him for what he did because they're saying that was not the right move. You know, slapping. If you're gonna do something like punch somebody, don't be slapping folks now.
He making slapping fashionable. What Charlie Murphy said, like, "Oh, I challenge you to a duel." Like you go up and slap somebody. Like
because slapping somebody is just disrespectful. It's just like that's the ultimate disrespect. And for Chris Rock to be able to hold his composure.
Yeah, because I would have had to drop that mic. Me and my Scooby Doos would have been sliding on across the stage. We'd have been sliding back and forth. Like you just went up and slapped me.
My composure because you're not finna pump me in front of the world, in front of the whole world. You know, at least if I didn't do nothing in that moment, I'm gonna see you in court and you're gonna give me $250 million.
That's what they're saying, that he should sue him. Like, but
he's not going to because it's gonna look bad. Because
he's not going to even call the cops or anything. It's going to look bad.
I wouldn't have called the cops, but I would have called my lawyer. And
I would have called somebody after I saw the video of how he was partying. I'd have been sitting there holding my face. I'd have been sitting there with the ice cube to my face, watching him party the way he was partying and rapping the way he was rapping. Like
I would have been acting so hurt, and now everybody want to use the S word every time something happens. So you never know how it's going to affect people in the long run.
Right, because I'd have been like, he slapped my jaw crooked. Now I can't even tell jokes no more.
Yeah, I would have called my lawyer. I would have called my lawyer and had this lawsuit ready by the next day so they could put it out to the press that I'm suing for $200 million.
Right, because him and Jada and her bald ass was sitting there dancing. They was just dancing and partying, and she was dancing like she was going to give it up that night. She was going to give it to him.
She probably did.
You know she did. She gave it to him in the limo. Like they didn't even wait to get out.
Something. She probably did. I know she did.
Right on the way to she gave it to him on the way to that after party. That's why he was rapping like that. That's why his voice was like deep. You know, he was like, he was rapping from up in here.
So he was ready. You know, I think that Jada egged this on because she has an issue with Chris Rock. Because their issue goes back to the 90s when Jada was hosting the Million Women's March. And back then, Chris Rock had a show. He invited her on the show. And he was basically making light of what they were trying to accomplish at the Women's March. And making it seem like they was just shopping or trying to get a sale. Or he was just minimizing and making her look unorganized as far as her activism is concerned. And then you have in 2016 when he was talking about the protest that she was doing at the time about equality, among Black people getting recognized at the Oscars. So it goes back a long ways.
Right. That's how I said this slap could have been in a long time coming. Like, because you can see it was some type of disdain there. Like it wasn't, I don't think he would have just ran up there and slapped just anybody. I think it was him. And that he said it, and then the look on Jada's face probably like, this again? Like,
yeah. And P. Diddy
he had to react.
P. Diddy went up there and lied and said
P. Diddy need to worry about Mace. P. Diddy need to mind his business, and he need to go address the Mace song. The record that Mace just dropped, Love, Brother Love, address that. Don't be trying to fix nothing. Fix that. Fix all the people. Fix Danity Kane. Day 26. We want you to fix that.
Who else was under them?
Babs Bunny, Ness, Chopper. Fix that. We want you to fix that.
Not the band.
They're making the band Dylon, the best rap in the world. Who's the best rap in the world? Dylon, and Dylon. Okay? We want you to fix that. If you can't go put the band back together and go give them their proper dues and stop making them go get cheesecakes, we don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You shut up.
But he always inserting himself and stuff. So he making it seem like they working it out. I guess maybe that was, to make it light of the situation. But I would have just stayed out of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, just mind your business. Like between him and T.I. thinking they the mayor of stuff, like just stop. Just stop.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while, so he must.
Yeah, just not. But we hearing he's trying to be a comedian. That he's.
I heard that. But he's another one. He's not funny either. He's not.
Yes, because he's gonna say all them words, all them big words.
He don't know
a bunch of nothing. Like
he don't know what those words mean at all.
He don't.
But I mean, overall, I feel like it was a good and a bad thing for the Oscars because once again, this is the highest rated Oscars in a long time. Nobody has been checking for the Oscars in the past few years. I stopped watching the Oscars for a long time. Because it was just dry. It was boring. So this year it wasn't boring.
Right. Well, when you let some color in the building, some flavor, you get a little flavor.
It wasn't boring, but I mean, I'm just glad that they didn't do this at the BET Awards.
Yes, the higher ups, the people of the Persuasion Nation, they sitting there like, we're never letting them back in again.
But I mean, I think we should support our own, and we should support when we have like a BET or a Soul Train Awards or a Trumpet Awards. We need to support that just as much as we support the Grammys or the Oscars.
Right.
In my opinion. But I feel like once you have the A-list celebrities like Will Smith and like Beyonce go to these awards, then it's going to become more popular because they used to, but then they stop going.
Yeah. But it just goes to the point, like a lot of people of color put more value in things of a persuasion nature. Like if it's the BET Awards, like you said, like we're not showing up, but if it's the Oscars, ooh, I got an Oscar invite. Mm-hmm. Like the BET Award goes in the trash. Like, ooh, this is BET. It's nothing, like.
You don't show up and you do a video.
Yeah, like a little video, like, hey, BET, sorry we couldn't make it. I wish I was there.
I mean, I feel like we should be just as excited to get a BET Award as
we should, because we're gonna be accepting the BET Award. Like the BET Award gonna be a shaker.
I would be excited to get a BET Award, to be honest. Because
right.
You're being,
but like you said, they not showing up. They gonna be right on that screen. Hey, BET,
I'm sorry to be there, but.
But I got this reward.
So at the end of the day, they're not going to be hurting for money. Chris Rock is making his money off of this. Will Smith done gained 220 million followers.
Right.
Then what he had.
Did you hear his son? The son, that's how we do. What?
Jalen said that?
Jaden, you ain't do. What you mean that's how you do? You ain't grow up in West Philadelphia. Born and raised on the playground is where you spend most of your days.
Well,
that wasn't you.
I don't think that Jaden is about that life. I don't even think Will
at all. Will ain't even about that life.
Will had a moment. Moment.
He just I think he just really just broke. Like I think it was like a lot of pile up, like, and to see like the look in your wife's eye, and then you can't really help her, and it's like, what do I do? And I think he just reacted because it was over the top.
But like I said before, I feel like everybody has done something stupid. So I'm pretty sure you've done something stupid before. I've done something stupid, but I've never done anything stupid on a stage in front of millions of people. So you gotta be smarter in how you move.
So are we letting Will go? We letting Will go. We gonna let Will go, or we sending him to jail?
I'm not gonna put him in jail. And
free Jesse. Oh, Jesse out already.
Jesse out. We ain't worried about Jesse this week. We don't moved on to
Jesse better not talk about Will hit him because you.
I saw that was a meme that was going on. It was a lot of different memes that was going on after this happened. It was really good to see social media like liven up a little bit. But we've been talking about this since it happened, and it's still been a topic. Like now we need to move on. And,
right, Jada ended it. You heard what Jada tweeted? Jada said, "It's time for healing."
Did she say that?
She did. I don't know if she's talking about the spirit or her coochie, but she said, "It's time for healing."
That means that she's about to do another red table talk and tell all her business again.
She better not. Let's just go somewhere. Go on vacation. Go lie down because you're probably going to have a week of hot, passionate. They just getting it in for probably 3 to 4 days. That's it because he's going to get corny again. But I think they should just go chill out, go on vacation, go somewhere, and then come back because
I think the Smiths will be okay, but I do think that this should be a learning experience. I hope so for them. And I think that possibly Will is probably going through something at home in his marriage.
He's been going through something for years. This is what I'm saying. Like, this has been imagine, when did Jada cheat with this? When did this come out? This came out like 2 years ago, about her in August, right?
They've been clowned ever since.
They've been clowning him ever since. Like, they've been making her look like they calling her future, like you such and such, and how you do, like, and they're making him look like the sucker, not even knowing, like, who knows what type of extramarital curricular activities he's been doing. Like, he just didn't tell him.
He's been doing stuff too, but that's what I'm saying. August stepped out of the agreement. The side people are not supposed to.
No, it's because he's doing it with grown women. The difference was she was doing it with
grown people. We're just gonna say people.
Yeah, with grown people, with people of age, people of maturity. When you mess around with somebody who came in hanging with your son, what do you think they're gonna do? Even if he's older in age, he's hanging with your son. Where is his mental at? And then when you think that you got healing powers in your coochie, and that you gonna heal him.
We know what it was. Jada saw something in August that she didn't see in Will, and that's what she decided to jump on.
No, but they said she's like a healing, like she thinks she caters to the vulnerable. They have people like that people that see people that need help.
You mean take advantage of the
because like even with Will, like she sees something in Will that is like a little boyish, and Will may be stuck at the age where he have seen his mother be abused or whatever, and who knows what type of trauma that he's dealing with that, and she could probably see that and like, ooh, her healing coochie spirit, like, ooh, you know.
Not healing coochie spirit. She don't have no healing anything. She just, it's not like I dislike Jada. I don't dislike Jada or Will. I just feel like they don't make the best decisions. And then you get mad at other people for talking about you.
Yeah, I think they should have just shut up. I think they should have just.
It's nobody's business what y'all are doing in y'all marriage. But if you put it out there, you can't get mad when people have an opinion.
Yeah, because who needs to slap somebody? Tisha Campbell needs to come slap Will for his name being on that house. That's who needs to go slap somebody. If anybody
did, didn't she slap somebody?
Did she slap him? Because if she didn't slap him,
I don't think she slapped Will. I think she might have slapped Dwayne. But that's you know Will and Dwayne are close. So.
Right, but I'm giving them a synchronized slapping. They both getting slapped because if I go down to the divorced people and I see Will Smith on my house, Will Smith.
But you don't know what type of situation.
But what else do he know? I'm saying if your wife don't know that and I'm in the house thinking, you parading through your house like this is my house, but you was living in Will's house all the time, like.
But like I said, Will and Dwayne are really close. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, Will is close with a lot of people. Didn't he give Tyrese $5 million?
He probably did, but I'm not saying that him and Tyrese had the same relationship. But
I don't think they was on the same type of.
I'm just saying,
Will and Dwayne are very close. Very.
Will and Dwayne are very, very close. So, yeah. We just gonna leave it there.
Yeah, but I would be very upset. Closer than most.
Closer than close.
Closer than most.
So that's a whole different situation. But Dwayne, well, let me stop. But the thing was, August stepped out of bounds. Jada and Will did not have to respond at all. Beyonce, I've been using them as an example every time. Beyonce and Jay-Z never respond when people bring their name up. Never. Have you seen Jay-Z jump on stage and slap somebody?
Not currently.
Has he done it in the past?
Not currently.
On TV.
Well, not on TV. I don't think they had the video camera phones and stuff like that. And
that's what I'm saying.
Jay-Z was a wild boy. It's allegation that Jay-Z was poking, stabbing people, and
I believe. But
I said that was back in the early, allegedly. That's back in the day. But
you got it on tape.
He's older now. Jay-Z is like 75 years old.
Will Smith is 52. 52. Not 22.
He shouldn't have went up there and slapped that poor everybody now, because when he slapped him, I just was, because I like Everybody Hates Chris, and I watch it when it comes on in syndications. I like it, and I just like, damn, you was a punk as a child and a punk as an adult.
But and this is gonna stick with both of them forever, even when they pass on, and we go to their funeral. So what somebody's gonna jump up and say, y'all remember when Will got on stage and he slapped Chris Rock? They're gonna do it at both of them.
You're gonna say down to this man's tombstone is going to say, here lies Chris Rock, or
I promise you, this kind of stuff comes up. This kind of stuff comes up when you at the repass, and then you be like, talk about how crazy they was, and be like, oh yeah, y'all remember when he did XYZ?
This is gonna come at repass, birthday parties, New Year's Eve, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. This is just coming up everywhere, because every time you go into everywhere Chris Rock goes, you're gonna be like, you got slapped by Will Smith. And it's not like you got slapped by like a gangster person to whereas you couldn't fight back, or you just knew better than to fight back. It was Will Smith. So this is gonna go down in the history books.
It's already in the history books. And I just feel so bad for, not that I feel bad for him, but I can imagine what it would be like to be slapped publicly
and live to tell
millions. And millions. And have to stand there and be like, okay, wow.
No, and it was the response for me. Keep my effing wife's name out. I will, okay?
I was going to.
I'm going to, okay?
Like when you get the whooping and your mama said, clean your room. And I was going to.
I'm going to, okay? For me, I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, he was like.
He done slapped this man back into childhood. Like, he done slapped him.
I'm going to need for Chris Rock to have better rebuttals than that. He could have said something funny and made it a joke and made it a better situation. But you talk about, I'm going to.
Scared. May I ask Chris, you ever scared, man? You ever slap your back into your youth for days? You ever slap your back into a youth? Like, he was slapped down. Like.
But, I mean, his brother was online on Twitter responding to people. And the brother is saying that Will never apologize to. Chris Rock's brother is saying that Will never apologize.
Tony Rock.
Yeah. He's saying that Will never apologized to Chris or the family, and it's on site basically. So the brother is mad.
Oh, I just saw him. He put up my mother hits harder than that.
Yeah, he put up his mother's hit harder than.
But it's on site. Tony, sit down.
But the slap, it's not about it hurting. It's the embarrassment of you got a grown man slap.
But it's just embarrassing that you didn't do anything about it, and then you said, "I'm going to." Okay.
I'm going to.
Like, that's what was embarrassing. It was your reaction. Like,
you could have handled that better.
You out of me. Like,
I understand why he didn't fight back, because that would have been a horrible look.
No, he didn't fight back because he was scared and shocked. I think If it was been somebody else, they would have fought back.
I don't think Chris Rock would have fought back. I don't think he's the fighting type.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he was like scared and shocked. I think like because you could tell even his response, like, what happened, you know?
But we can't really feel too bad for him because, like I said, his ticket sales have gone up. He's selling for $1,000 a ticket. So
I just advise black men to just leave black women here alone. Like, why is black men obsessed with black women here anyway? Where we wear wigs, weaves, because I have friends like, oh, my man, like even my husband, like, he before his ex-girlfriends used to say, oh, he don't date girls that wear wigs and weaves. Please, and people be changing their hair, not wanting to wear a wig because my man like natural hair. He like it natural. Girl, bye. And he'll go cheat on you with a girl with a weave down to her ankles.
And you remember Chris Rock had a documentary, a movie
Good Hair
about black women's hair called
It's
Good
Hair. Yeah.
I did remember watching it, and I thought it was like a positive thing. I mean, it just showed.
It was an undertone of why is black women putting this hair in their head. That was the undertone of the movie. What I got from it, like you will travel all over, you will spend money, you will do all this to put this fake hair in your head. That's what I got from the movie.
The only thing I really remember from the movie is when they went to the Bonner Brothers hair show. I think they went to
They went overseas. They went to India, to where they go to the temples. You know, the Indian ladies, they go to the temple and sacrifice their hair and shave their hair, and they collect the hair and sell the hair. The women are giving it up for religious purposes, but the bigger higher ups, they take the hair and they're cleaning it, selling it, and selling the hair. And he went all over with that. And it was just a real undertone of why, like, men, mind your business when it comes to hair. Like, mind your business. Like, when the black women here and they like to call black, oh, you wearing your clown, you wouldn't one wearing the makeup and wigs. Mind your business when it comes to black women here. If you don't like women with wigs and weaves, don't date them. If you want a natural girl, date a natural girl. But black men, shut up about women's hair. You're sounding like women worrying about women's hair. Like, stop.
I think that's also Chris Rock. He has like this thing with black women and with being black in general that keeps coming up in his routines. It's like a lot of racial undertones, inferiority complex, I think, or feeling like we have to act a certain type of way in front of white people. I think that's a lot that's ingrained into him. Whatever he went through as a child, that's in him. It's on all of his shows.
That was from him going to Coleon Junior High School.
Maybe a white boy was beating him up in school and not
that was slapped. Caruso. You saw the show. Caruso was tearing him up, and he was in Coleon. He was the only black person there. And then when they finally got the other black guy there, he spray painted the lockers down and got Chris in trouble. So Chris, I can't hang with the blackies because the blackies get me in trouble. I gotta stay with Greg.
And then I'm hearing what happened with him saying the N-word with Chris Rock.
It was I think two other comedians. I'm not sure of the comedians' names that was sitting there talking with him, and they were throwing around the N-word, and he was sitting there. I think I sent you a of it.
He's scared to speak up. Like he
was engaged in the conversation with them. So
that means you're scared. That means you shooking and driving.
That was more than shucking and jiving because you was just engaged in the conversation with them. Because I was like, wow, okay.
So I'm just, I feel like all parties are wrong, but I think it was entertaining to say the least. We got some entertainment out of it. I know I did. It was really entertaining. The memes and stuff was funny. I don't think it was funny for Will or Jada at the time. But hopefully they have learned some type of lesson from it, and they're going to talk about it on Red Table Talk. So it's not
right. They're sitting in it now, like probably
they're trying to figure out what they're going to say on Red Table Talk. But
and Will is trying to figure out how he's going to hold on to that Oscar because he said he ain't giving it up. They was trying to pull that thing out his hand. He was like,
No. I don't think they should take it from him, but I think that he should probably be disciplined. Like,
he should be disciplined, but do not take his Oscar. Let him keep his Oscar, because just because he slapped Chris Rock doesn't mean that man did not do a great job acting.
yeah, and once again, it's unfortunate because it takes away from the other actors who worked hard to have their moment. This is probably their only moment in the sun, and now it's been overshadowed by a slap.
But it was the slap that was heard around the world.
It was the slap that was heard around the world, and we had other times so big we just had to focus on the slap today. But we're gonna come back. I don't know if we're gonna do something later on this week or we're gonna come back next Wednesday. But we're gonna come back and do our Love of Marriage Huntsville on Monday, and let's get into it on Wednesday. We might do another video in the interim because there were other things that happened this week.
Yeah, because this is just the Oscar slap edition.
This is just an Oscar special, a slap gate. But Mace, do you have anything? Do you have anything to say before we close?
No, I just think the slap was heard all across the world. Slap was just wrong, and you could just catch me down to the Instagram at Mace_Moreau, and here on Let's Get Into It, and on Tuesdays at the House of Princess reviewing Candy in the Gang, and we're gonna come back with those. We got to make up those reviews, right?
We're gonna do a review of that.
Of the show, the last show. Well, we'll be coming on, and you'll see us here. If not this week, definitely Monday, reviewing Huntsville. We appreciate everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe, and you can follow me on Shadier Room. And let's get into it. Thank y'all for coming, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.